chipper on a Friday.
You know, daylight savings happens. Got up early a couple of days in a row. The thing is, I got those blackout shades in my bedroom.
Hmm?
So awesome. Except, you have to get up for work. And I've been sleeping later than ever. So we got going on the walk late, get going on work stuff late. I was helping someone with a problem they were having downloading the book. When you contacted me, my computer didn't make a sound. I know because it was on the wrong speaker because I just installed new software for the Focusrite thing that connects my mic. Who cares? It's just, but the thing I can't explain is the Dell webcam, whatever one this is, I don't remember. It wasn't showing up in Teams. And the wire is actually hard coded into the webcam itself. So I had to go find the doohickey with the thingamajig, and I don't want to blow people away with technical terms. The point is, I did some troubleshooting. Good morning.
I bought an Xbox yesterday, Paul.
Wow. Why did you do that? What had you been using?
So I had an X.
Yeah.
And I wanted an S. I've wanted an S for a while. Now,
yeah.
I realistically think they're probably going to go on sale here on the 17th. I could be wrong. Either way. But then
sure.
There's a couple things at play here, and better judgment was not one of them. I've wanted an S for a while just because I wanted to have both of them, but I was like, it's whatever. So it's been 2 years now. I think, 2 years. If they go on sale on the 17th for $249, they're going to be hard to find. So I was like, well, if I buy one today, then I can get a price match guarantee with my Amex, and I'll just have it either way.
Yep.
The other thing, too, is what I've wanted to be able to do for a while is I've wanted to get a capture card and plug an Xbox into my computer and then enroll it in the Alpha Insider, like the bleeding edge of Xbox stuff. I never did it on my X because I just want it to work. I want to be able to play games. And so I was like, I'm going to go do it. And now, Paul Thurrott, hopefully this works because I just did it 5 seconds ago. Look at this. Now I can record the dashboard at 1080p 60, 4K 60, or whatever.
How are you doing this? I'm sorry.
So this isn't live. I pre-recorded this, but this is the Series S plugged into the 4K capture card that I bought, and then you can record it on the PC. And so this is the new dashboard that they're testing out or whatever.
Very nice.
So there you go.
Looks like the original Xbox imagery there.
That's the dynamic background that I chose that I use. But
that's nice. Yeah, I haven't done this kind of thing in a while. The last one I did was USB something or other, and it was, it was fine.
So this one's PCIe, like directly to the board.
Oh, yeah. No, plus it's 4K, or it can be 4K. That's good. That's nice.
Yeah, so I bought, I was like, you know what?
So I mean, not 40 minutes ago, I was sitting in the chair reading the paper, reading the iPad. People are going to wonder what paper is. And I did the same thing. I have almost pulled the trigger on like a new Wi-Fi mesh thing many times. So yesterday I just happened to see that the Eero thing that I want, which is normally $699, was $419 on Amazon.
Yep.
I know. So it's been down to that price a couple times, and I think it will be again on Black Friday, by the way. And just the reason I was on sorry. And then my wife said, "Hey, we need to order coffee. This is something. It's one of the few financial transactions I make." So I went to Amazon.com, reordered the same coffee we always get. So while I was there, going through the process, I noticed I just got a $50 Amazon gift card as a gift. We have $100 in points or something, whatever, off of the Amazon card we use for all the purchases. So $150. And I was like, it was 25 of it was going to go toward that coffee. And I was like, hold on a second. That thing is $419. I could get $150 off of that. That's under $300 for something that's normally $699. I am totally pulling the trigger on this. So I canceled I changed it so that it didn't use the card, the gift card. I went over to I ordered the coffee. I went to Eero, $6.99. So it was $4.19 yesterday. literally, I would have gotten it today. I could have gotten it today.
You would have been faster G'ing it.
I know. I do this. So I do this type of thing a lot. I look at, I'm doing a Pixel thing at some point.
Mm-hmm.
I could right now trade in my Pixel 6 Pro, get a 7, which is not what I really want. Well, other than I do want that phone, but with a good camera, which is not a thing. $100, you know, and there's a promo going out there in the world where if you know someone who gets a promo, they can give you the $100 off of any purchase.
Mm-hmm.
So this thing would be free. Plus they would get $100 gift, you know, whatever, at the Google store. And so some guy, the reader or a viewer, said, "Hey, I don't have anyone to give this to. I know you want this if you want, you know." And I was like, "Oh my God, thank you so much," you know. But now I'm thinking I should hold out for the 7 Pro because the 7 Pro is going to be $150 off on Black Friday on the 17th, right? So I can't do the math. I just said off the top of my head, but basically we're talking about here is I get $500 for the phone, $100 from the guy, $150 from Google. That phone would be $150, right? I do this all day long,
and it's fun how we rationalize these things.
It's
right?
all I think about. Yeah, no, it's the dumbest way to be. It is a complete frickin' waste of time.
Look, Paul, I just went and spent $400 to be able to do this.
I know, but that looks great.
It's wonderful.
By the way, why can you not record the dashboard? You can't take a screenshot of it. Why is that not just built in? Right?
Yeah.
Here's an idea. Just record my session right on the box.
Well, here's another part of that conversation, which I omitted. My wife was also, at one point, she was like, you know, sometimes I want to watch TV downstairs because it's the best TV in the house, and that's where the Xbox is. I was like, I can solve this. Like,
yes, this is right. Yeah. Yeah. Right. I don't know, dude. I don't know. So, quick Call of Duty update. As you know, season 01, as they're calling it, is coming out on the 16th, I think. Mm-hmm. And we know that it is going to have a couple of maps. We know it's going to have the hardcore mode, which is now called Tier 1, because whatever. And unbeknownst to me until this morning when I was reading the paper, because these are the kind of things that come up in my newspaper, this barracks feature where you get your KD over time is going to be there as well. I didn't know that before, so that to me was new. I just wanted to make sure you knew that.
I did not know that.
Yeah, so that's good. What was the other thing I wanted to tell you? I can't remember. Oh, behind me is a screen. A USB hub. Oop, this way. Nope, this way.
Yep, right there.
Okay. I'm doing a lot of testing this laptop stuff because I had this huge problem over the past few months with USB hubs, docks, blah, 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 whatever. I'm pulling out like I have another Thunderbolt. I am doing so much cross testing right now. I have to have an Excel spreadsheet to remember what devices I used with what device, if that makes sense. I am doing this thing over here, both directly to the PC when possible with HDMI, but if not through the USB hub with HDMI, as well as USB-C, trying to figure out what the heck is going on. But I will say this. I have been using this system in front of me, which you can't see, which is an HP conferencing monitor with the built-in USB hub, all week with an AMD Ryzen-based laptop, and it has worked fine. This is something I've not experienced all summer because I believe possibly could be this Intel 12th gen thing I keep harping on. All I can say is older gen Intel always works. If you have an 11th or older, I have 10 and 11 that I've tried so far, no problems. AMD Ryzen, the one, I actually have a few, but one of them for some reason has a real bug up its butt about connecting to anything. It's very strange. I've been looking in the BIOS for something to turn out these warnings. I can't figure that part of it out, but this is early. I don't have all the data yet, but
which chip are you on now?
AMD.
No, do you know which one?
Oh, yeah, no, I can look. Ryzen 7 Pro 6850U.
Because I don't think your audio is dropped, because usually I recognize it, but I don't think it has.
I do have audio drop problems, and part of the rationale here is, and I'm gonna actually move that here over the weekend. I'm nervous that some of the audio issues are, well, first of all, driver related. I don't remember if we said this to people or we just said it to each other, but before the show, there was all these little technical glitches. The reason is I just installed the latest drivers for this thing, it rebooted, and when I got in, the webcam was not connected
Yep.
for some reason. This thing was the USB interface for the mic was connected as the speaker, so I couldn't hear you. Anyway, I fixed all that, obviously, but that might be part. See, this is like one of the issues is I use so much different stuff because I review laptops all the time. So I move stuff in and out, whatever. But the one thing that's been stable since March has been this monitor with the built-in USB hub. And one of the things I really want to test is whether that's not part of the problem, right?
Yeah.
That maybe there's just too many things plugged into it. Like I have in front of me, I'm not using it, but I have an HP 4K webcam. I think the Dell webcam that's up there now is also 4K. I pushed it down to like 720p or 1080p. I don't remember. I think there might be too much stuff
Could be.
on the USB bus. And the audio dropout problem isn't just an issue for you. It's an issue at TWiT. And I'm going to start testing configurations because how do I explain this? Like when I do the podcast Hands on Windows, I am recording the screen. Originally, I was not recording my audio. They were doing that remotely. The guy I do it with asked me if I would record the audio as well, just as a backup. And what he found last time was that there was an audio dropout in one of the recordings, and so he went to the backup that I had made, and the audio dropped out at exactly the same point. So it's not the connection, right? It's happening here.
Local. Yep.
And I have only been doing that show since, July. So this has been in place the whole time. I'm going to go to a higher, like I'm going to try a Thunderbolt dock, which I don't believe I can use with AMD, but I'm going to try that and see if that doesn't solve some of these problems. So anyway, the point of this is all this babbling is the troubleshooting is ongoing. The problem is there are so many variables.
Right.
So many variables.
So I have a question for you, Balthrop.
Yeah.
If you read the paper on your iPad, do you get e-ink on your fingers?
I do not.